Squatting is one of the best exercises. There are a huge number of photos and videos on the internet that show how much people change after doing squats every day. In this video, I'll tell you what happens to your body if you do squats regularly. So watch this video to the end. Let's go! Different types of squats. You can squat with your own weight, or you can squat with additional weights. It may be dumbbells in your hands or a barbell on your shoulders. You can also do a squat jump. However, most people who decide to squat do it in the classic way, legs shoulder width apart or slightly wider, and they squat to the point where their thighs are parallel to the floor. Which muscles work during squats? The first thing that comes to mind is probably the hips and buttocks. In fact, if you start listing them, there is a huge number of muscles involved. These include the gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius muscles, the quadriceps muscle, the biceps muscle of the thigh, the semitendinosus and semimembranosus muscles of the thigh, adductors, hip flexors, calf muscles, rectus abdominis muscle, oblique abdominal muscles, transverse abdominal muscles, and spinal erectors. In fact, half of the body is involved in this exercise. Strengthening muscles. So the first effect that you will notice is the strengthening of all those muscles that I have just listed. Not only the legs, but also the abs will benefit. Squats will affect muscle growth. The muscles will begin to stand out. It will become noticeable. That is why there are so many before and after photos of how people have transformed. For example, running and cycling have virtually no effect on muscle growth, while squats do have an effect on it and will impact your appearance too. Therefore, those people who have not been involved in sports before and have set themselves a challenge to squat every day will see significant changes in appearance within just a month. If they take before and after pictures, the difference will be noticeable. Weight loss. The second effect is weight loss because daily squats are significant physical activity. The body's consumption of calories increases and metabolism accelerates. Therefore, people who squat not only build up their muscles but, in general, become more ripped and lose fat. Improving blood circulation. Another significant advantage is the improvement of blood circulation and strengthening of the cardiovascular system. Thanks to this exercise, the tone of the heart muscle increases, blood flow to both the heart and the periphery improves, and the circulation of venous blood in the lower part of the body significantly improves, since we work with our legs. Improving posture. Squats can also help improve posture. However, this comes with a certain proviso. You must perform them with the correct technique, not crooked, but with a straight back and a slight arch in the lower back. As I mentioned, squats strengthen the lower back muscles, which will help with posture. Increasing endurance. Your endurance will increase because squats have a significant effect on the respiratory system, increasing the vital capacity of the lungs and, in general, teaching us to control and coordinate our breathing correctly. We go down on the inhale and rise on the exhale. This is the basic principle of any strength workout. Exert effort on exhalation and relax on inhalation. Therefore, squats will be beneficial for overall endurance and for our respiratory system as well. Mobility of hips and ankles. Another benefit is the increased mobility of your hips and ankles. Regular squats will significantly improve the mobility of your limbs. If knee and lower back pain are the result of a sedentary lifestyle, then squats performed with the right technique can help alleviate them. Strengthening the core. As I mentioned, not only the legs are involved in squats, but also the core, which includes the muscles of the abdomen and lower back. Squats will effectively work these muscles, especially if additional weights are used. Of course, if you want to squat with a barbell on your shoulders, it's extremely important to do it with the correct technique, as this exercise can easily lead to mistakes. Squatting with a barbell on your shoulders is a very demanding exercise that must be done under the supervision of a competent instructor or an experienced athlete who can show you the correct form and point out where you might be going wrong. But there are also safer modifications, such as squat jumping. This type of squat will effectively work your core, as stabilizing muscles are required throughout the movement cycle. A strong core will be very useful to you, for example, as a method to reduce the risk and prevent back injuries. Squat variations. Now, let's talk about the different styles of squats. Classic squat. Place your legs shoulder width apart, arms along the body. Inhale as you move your pelvis back and bend your knees to a right angle. and exhale as you return to the starting position. Ply squat. This variation puts more emphasis on the gluteal muscles. Spread your legs much wider than shoulder width, turn your toes outward at a right angle, keep your hands above your waist, and bend your knees to a right angle. Squat jump. As mentioned earlier, this is a dynamic variation often used by sprinters or professional football players who need to accelerate quickly. Start as you would with a classic squat, legs shoulder width apart, but squat sharply to jump. As soon as your feet touch the floor, begin squatting again immediately.